Hi, this is Late Bloomer. Today's video will be about a matchmaking company called Single Atlanta. The company is owned by two sisters, Lisa and Leisha. So you will see me looking down because I took notes to make sure I got all of the details right. Basically, most women go to matchmakers because they figure the guy they will be matched with will be professional, educated, financially stable, and serious about wanting a relationship. This was definitely my reason for paying for matchmaker services. Okay, so I went to their Sandy Springs office. I met one of the owners and her husband. Her husband actually interviewed me. He asked me what I was looking for in a match in terms of personality, kids, age, income, etc. So I gave him this information, and he was pretty persistent about getting me to sign up and pay that day. I told him I wanted to think about it overnight. After a few days, I did decide to sign up because I thought, well, they have been in business close to 20 years, and they seem professional and friendly. So I signed up. I trusted they could help me. I paid $3,000 for a membership, which included 6 introductions and the option to place my account on hold if I were to meet someone that I like. Okay, so the company sends an email about your potential match's hobbies, age, background, profession, any kids, do they want kids, and also the person's phone number. So the first person they tried to match me with was a 26-year-old. I was in my late 30s at this time, so I was a bit surprised because I'm not wanting to be a cougar, and I know that men mature later than women usually. So needless to say, I didn't go on a date with the guy, and this made me start to wonder if the company really had any good matches for me like they claimed they did before I paid the fee. So the next match I'll discuss is Anthony. He was actually my last match. Angela was the matchmaker assigned to me. I let Angela know there was a problem because according to Anthony's profile, he didn't want kids, and I do. So this was a deal breaker, and I figured why meet him or even talk to him. Angela assured me that he wanted kids, and she was going to call him to figure out why he checked the box for not wanting kids. Okay, so she got back to me. She stated that she had called Anthony, and he confirmed that he wanted kids, and the reason he checked the box for not wanting kids was because he figured women between the ages of 35 and 40 wouldn't want kids, and basically he thought the opportunity had passed him by. So I said, well, great, I'm open to him calling me. So I spoke to Anthony. During the conversation, I mentioned his conversation with Angela. He said that he had never spoken to Angela before, and she left him a voicemail, but he had not returned her call yet. I thought, wow, so she just made up a story to keep me matched with him. I let Angela know that I knew what was going on. She went on up to her lie. I spoke with one of the owners, and she convinced me I should meet with the guy anyway. Her position was that he was a great guy, and if we hit it off, he would probably want what I wanted. So you see the games they're playing. Okay, and the owner also told me that she would give me an additional match if I wasn't happy with Anthony after meeting him, and also to kind of smooth over the situation that happened with Angela lying to me. So she wouldn't let up, and I reluctantly went out on a date with Anthony. I was not impressed. Also, I found out that he was a physical therapist assistant, not a physical therapist, which is what Single Atlanta told me. So that makes 2 discrepancies from the company. I let the owner know that I wanted to take her up on the offer of an additional match. She said someone would get in touch with me but I was never matched with anyone else after this. So now I'll talk about some experiences before Anthony. There was Mark. Mark was a nice guy from what I could tell. He was also successful and a business owner. I just didn't like that he wanted to take me to buffet type places, and he didn't dress like he was going on a date. We went out a couple of times. I'm sure you've met people who have money, but they don't really look the part. So maybe looking back, I could have worked with him, if you know what I mean. But that was that. Then there was Steve. Steve actually didn't see me as a potential girlfriend or wife, so but more of a friend. So we actually keep in touch. He's turned out to be a good friend to talk to. So my experience with Seagull Atlanta wasn't all bad, but the company didn't live up to my expectations, and they didn't deliver on their promise of an additional match. So like I said in the other video, you might have a different experience. I'm just detailing my experience and their costing process. Thank you for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel.